Why why do you think I know why they sent over $100 billion to Ukraine at the snap of a finger without any debates or op-eds about it, because that's corruption. I know what that is.
Yeah.
You can see that's why if they want to spend $8 billion sending kids to community college, we got to talk about that for about 10 years. And we're still talking about it. We've been talking about it since Barack Obama got elected. So that was that's 16 years ago or close to.
Well, think about what they have done in terms of transferring wealth from young people to colleges and college administrators. What they've done has been incredibly effective for that. The government is the largest predatory lender in the entire world. They tie up minors, 17-year-olds and other young people with 5 and 6 figures in debt for these degrees that don't produce a return on investment, that basically transfers that wealth to the colleges that have no skin in the game. They got rid of any underwriting. They got rid of any bankruptcy opportunity. And so not only are the colleges getting richer and the administrators getting richer, but you have these young people who are coming out who they are making more in terms of income on a little bit of a basis, but their balance sheets are completely blown up and they have so much debt that they can't even think about buying a house if those housing prices were already inflated and they had to compete with Wall Street. And they can't think about making other investments because they have just been sold a bag of goods and the colleges have absolutely no skin in the game. So they don't even need to change the stakes around. Their little scheme of enriching their cronies is working very, very well for them.
So if they... what do they get out of starving America, right? Like, so we're right now paying the Social Security and the pensions and the health care and the payroll, right, the paychecks for the government workers in Ukraine. If we stop that, Ukraine would stop. It would be over and the war would be over. But so why wouldn't they then invest that? So if you're going to send $200 or $200 billion to Ukraine for corruption, why wouldn't you decide to do that for your own country, so at least people aren't as upset about you spending that money in Ukraine? Why wouldn't you turn around and spend that $100 billion in America to say, like, end homelessness or something? Why do you think that is? Do you have an opinion?
Yeah, because I don't think that they actually care about those things. I think the people who are attracted to politics are the last people that you would ever want in place. Like if somebody actually wants that position, it's the last person you should put in that position. It's the people who are kicking and screaming like, no, don't put me in politics. I don't want any piece of that. Those are the people that we should be bringing in. They want the power and they want the wealth. And the way they believe they get that is by expanding the government's purview and having more opportunities to make these deals with their cronies and legally launder money, right? That's what Congress is. It's political theater and legal money laundering. So we're at a point where we have about 125% public debt to GDP. They're on the precipice of, okay, how are we going to continue to expand this government? Because raising taxes isn't particularly popular. They can print more money, but we know it basically debases the purchasing power and causes inflation. That's been politically unpopular. Or they can roll back some of their promises that they know they can't fulfill. We know that doesn't work well. Just look at France when they tried to raise the retirement age from 62 to 64. They burned down Paris. So they're just at this point where, okay, all of these tricks that we used to do and things that used to work to get us power and money aren't working anymore. We're at this kind of desperate precipice. And so what is it that we can do to make sure that we can keep our power and keep our money? And they think that if they keep people on the government dole and instead of giving them opportunities and freedom, they say, well, the government's going to be here to take care of you, that's the way to secure their freedom. It's narcissistic sociopaths. So that's the way they're thinking about this. And unfortunately, we all pay the price for that, quite literally.